making the time to come and hang out with us. Amelia, Krishna, thank you for joining us. Chairperson of the Natal Powerlifting Federation. All right, sorry about the baby crying. I hit the wrong button there. Getting old. Amelia,
I
thank
thought there
you.
was something in my house.
Okay, no, like somebody dropped off a kid and didn't tell us what's going on here.
Yeah.
So thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. You've just held an absolutely epic, fantastic provincial champs earlier this year. And we were very fortunate enough to be down there to stream it. And the response and feedback that we saw was absolutely epic. And how was that for you?
Well, firstly, thank you for being there, Nicholas. I think just having the support from the SAP and yourself and from so many individuals like the mental health. It was great. I think we definitely raised the caliber of competition and the way it's run. And I'm really excited to see the growth. Competition as well went well altogether. And the fact that we produced a strong team, out of that competition now representing here and ISAs, it's just phenomenal.
It was absolutely, absolutely epic. Just for those watching on Instagram, I don't know if you're maybe getting the middle part of Amelia and I, but we want to see sort of the balance. Turn your phone sideways, otherwise you're getting the full version on YouTube. Look at this. I mean, we already got comments here for you. So we have Amanda Kale. Hi, Amelia. What an awesome human and coach. That's something I'm getting a lot from people with regards to you. That I think Sheena described, or who did I speak to? Amanda, say best coach in Africa. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves the work that you're doing. So sorry to interrupt. So we were chatting about the the provincial champ. So our absolute pleasure for being down there. It took us long enough just with the way that we structured things and building up the following and the viewership. It was an amazing competition. You put that all together. You refed, you coached, you managed so many people. What was that like, and did it meet your expectations?
I think we're human and we all make mistakes, and we always come back looking at what we could have done better, which is why let's come back here to do better.
You did an outstanding. No, you did an outstanding job. You've got nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Nicholas. You're too kind. I think the purpose is for athletes to qualify, for athletes to have a good experience, for athletes to go through good quality reffing, and I think we achieved that. So I think that is all we can ask for. That was really good.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there were certain comments, for example, about reffing with regards to depth and so on. And the one thing that people need to understand when they're viewing it on a live stream, you're not seeing the depth accurately, because obviously with a venue set up and the size of the venue, sometimes camera positions are not going to give you accurate views. And I can tell you personally, as a Category 2 international referee, by the way, there's my ID. Look at that.
I need to bring my support.
Yeah, there we go. Hang on. And having refed at international level, and I was standing on the platform. So I was working as back spot. I was helping with the spotting and loading. The depth calls were great. The refereeing was really, really good. And so really it's something that you can be proud of. And I think the big thing is really that people perhaps don't understand what it is to put on a competition and what it means and what it involves, and the stress and the pressure and the anxiety, and the fact that you're there at the venue days beforehand, getting everything set up, organizing the weights, organizing the spotters and loaders, organizing the facility, the chairs, it's everything from coffee to chairs to making sure there's toweling paper in the bathrooms, that there's someone there to constantly clean the bathrooms. and there's so much going on behind the scenes. You really did an exceptional job. And having seen many, many competitions over nearly 2 decades of lifting and refing and being involved in the sport, you can be very proud. I was proud as a South African to see the level that you put on at that competition. It was absolutely exceptional. And by the way, something to mention, and bodybuilders, don't kill me. I love you guys. But I've spoken to two bodybuilders in the last 2 days. That's Amanda and Sheena. And they're just saying, like, the vibe that you created has got them into powerlifting and not out of body, but into they're loving powerlifting. So it was absolutely fantastic. Got another comment here for you, by the way, from Ola. Very cool. Didn't know you were a ref. Oh, that's for me. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. A lot of people don't.
You're like a man of many talents,
Yeah,
Nicholas.
I think this one here. That's my international coaching license level 2. One of the first 75 coaches in the world to get that. Went overseas with Rodney
Wow.
Anthony and with Megan Layton, Heather Layton, and with Chantel as well. And we were the first South African group to go. Carol Anthony was there. So it was really great to see. So, yep, I got to do everything in the sport. It's fun, but it's not about me today.
And
It's about
that's
you.
what it is. You guys are pioneers for the rest of us to follow.
So,
I mean, strong leadership just pulls us through. You guys do it. You walk the lines and you can walk.
well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. But all of what I've done doesn't compare to putting on a competition. So I just wanted to say kudos to you and on that. So talk about the comp. Like, what was the vibe for you? Did you have any fun at all? Did you have fun afterwards? How many weeks did you sleep for?
I always say that you're still longer to recover from hosting a comp than it does.
Sure.
Look, I think it was a good competition. Really, I think as soon as we jumped off provincial nationals, I'm happy with everything that we've done. We're growing, and I think that's about it. The competitions still have things that we can fix about the processes. I think KZN is really lacking in terms of referees and coaches. I think the more we start building our, base of athletes, workers, and coaches, that will be able to do 3 times what we're doing. So with the skeleton committee, we really put on a good show. Just shows that we have a lot more potential. Because there's so many athletes, the lifters are there. Our hands are just struggling to, manage everything that
Yeah.
we're getting there. Because I mean, what I've noticed is that people coming to the sport, the more people want help. Because now you're getting new lifters that are watching, coming on board. See, Amelia, when's the next ref report? When's the next coach report? I'd love to help you again. You've seen what we've done. And I know it's only going to get better.
Absolutely. And I think, we see people like Heather coming down to help run the computer and to help with the admin stuff. There are South Africans that are involved, that are passionate. But what's needed is at provincial level. And guys, a shout out to you. Please step up, do your referee exam, do your coaching exam. Even if as an athlete, you will learn so much doing your referee exam and doing your coaching exam in terms of your own performance. And then, if needed, you can step up on the day and help, and then give a break to the referees. Because when you're running, I'm very, very sure that the next provincials in Natal is going to be 2 days. And then it's maybe going to be 3 days. So, because I can see there's such passion within the athletes. And during the breaks, I was able to spend a little bit of time in the back chatting to some of the coaches, chatting to some of the athletes. And there's a huge love, there's a huge passion for it. You got some phenomenal gyms down there, you got some phenomenal coaches and lifters, and it's only going to grow. But it only grows if there are enough referees. And you don't want to be refereeing a full day back to back. You don't want the spotters and loaders to be working multiple sessions back to back. They need the time just to have a break and to step up. So, guys, step up, help your province and grow it, because I'm quite sure you guys would want to be able to offer to host one of the national comps as well, and show what you can do and showcase your province.
Definitely, definitely. But we've seen a lot of growth as I was looking at the statistics. 2023, when we hosted our first, catering competition, we had 5 provincial athletes.
Sure.
That was 5 Ks in an athlete.
And that was
And
was
then,
in the garage, I think. Huh?
yes, it was at Lake Jam.
It was absolutely
So we
phenomenal.
combined it.
Yeah, sure.
With the combination of having provincial, we had about 15, but 5 Ks in. And then if you look at the last competition posted in January, that's 22 provincial athletes. So in the space of 2 years, and these are athletes that have put they've done their training, they're competing because they're planning on going to nationals. They put in the work. They're not just really to, ordinary lifters. They're passionate about the sport lifters.
Passionate, involved, and engaged.
And to know that they're somewhere getting paid in, that they're in a gym somewhere, they're in a virgin, in training at home, or whatever it is, they're not just the platform. They're here in our home.
Absolutely. And they deserve the opportunity to represent at a provincial level and then ultimately at an international level. So I'm chatting to, I think we've already spoken to Sheena today, Amanda yesterday, and we'll speak to her tomorrow. We had some technical issues, but I think you've given me quite a good list of people. I think Neil Gerson as well is one of your athletes. We're chatting to him tomorrow. And then I think Dean as well. And it's going to be very, very cool. So we're looking forward to that. How has it been for you as the chairperson, connecting with these athletes, getting involved with them, and seeing the passion they have for the sport?
I think it's really beautiful. It's really motherly for me to sit back and watch these athletes. A lot of athletes like Dean and Sheena came to me when we did a workshop at Prime. We just had an open day. We said, come here, get to know. And then, Dean, they came with their family. And they've been with us ever since. I watched, them compete at the club. I watched Sheena try. Sheena came to me and said, I don't know if I can do this, but I'd like time. And I was like, okay, well, you're gonna, put on the platform, you did a bench, had 2 competitions, and then we did provincial. We're like, okay, well, you have a place with us. You own with us. And even Dean, Dean first call of competition with us. And he's an incredibly strong lifter. I also think this was his competition now and his first provincial competition. And Dean's statistics are amazing. I mean, he's got this is his first year as a master lifter.
Right.
And he's already with a 255 deadlift, which is just over the NCAA record at the moment.
Wow. Phenomenal.
Yeah. So we've got some beautiful athletes. And I think even when I look at our other guys, like under 66 sub-junior, who's got a whopping 500 also sitting with a 225, just above the SA record. So these are lifters that you've watched them grow, you've watched them make mistakes. I've watched him squat high in the gym. He's still sending me squat videos of him squatting high, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna fix this. But it's the passion to keep coming, it's the passion to keep getting better. You see their Instagram posts, you watch them, they're training in the gym, they're showing what they're doing to their followers. And, as a chairperson, it's like, hey, we created a community where these lifters feel welcome, they feel supported, and exactly like I said, they have a place with us. I've watched them buy their kits, I've watched them post about their SPD belts, show off their spear. It's really a heartwarming thing to experience.
And it's very, very clear in how you talk about it and the energy and the passion that you have. Talking about kits, is there anything special you'd like to discuss or mention?
Well, I think it's so exciting that All Lifting has their first set of tracksuits this year.
That is so cool. That's awesome. So they're coming. How many athletes
I was
are
waiting
coming up? By the
and I think what is more special than the tracksuit itself? And then I've watched the lifter, Reno, there. He came on board and say, Amelia, I'd really like to help get sponsorship for the team. And he went out, he got a sponsorship from companies, he gave a personal sponsorship, his brother gave a sponsorship, and together we pretty much got our SA tracks 55 cents of the cost sponsored to.
Sure. Wow. Wow. Wow.
And I think that's what makes it special. Because like I said, it's the lifters that come back and pour passion for other lifters, for the sport, the growth that they in. And that to me is the significance of that trust that has shown so proudly what everybody stands for.
Sure. That is very, very special, and that's how the sports grows, where individuals take ownership of certain roles, certain tasks that they want to take on to help with their province. And it's amazing to see what's happening with you guys, to see what's happening with Western Cape. We're chatting to the guys next week as well, and it's like, I mean, firstly, it's so much fun to come down anyway, because it's really just an excuse for a holiday and to hang out at a powerlifting comp, and I couldn't think of anything better than that. So it's really cool to see what you guys are doing. Going forward, talking about SA Champs Classics 2025, what are you guys planning? Is there anything you can talk about, anything you can share? And how many lifters are coming through? I think we got until the 12th of March to get entries in and payments done. So, what's a little bit of the background of what you're preparing for the province for this coming nationals?
I think what's nice is that I think for the first time we started, I've tried my best to keep the team with everyone. We've got everyone on a WhatsApp group, how we're traveling, boys accommodation, get tweet it out. So as much as we're individuals on the platform, here's your team. I think I'm just looking forward to everyone doing their best. A lot of our lifters are second time national. So Lindiwe Mchunu competed last year, Joel Rampeson competed last year. So there's some that are coming back to the some that are still coming back for the first time. We're in this together. And I think everyone goes having fun, achieving their goal. A lot of master lifting master world in Cape Town. So some big goals there. We're just gonna watch everybody have fun.
That's absolutely awesome. You mentioned a couple of the lifters are beating records as well. So I'm trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't put any pressure. Are there any expectations or things that you're looking to do or hoping to do at nationals in terms of national records?
Well, I think like I was looking at the stats, looking at we're looking at a corner who are already nation. Now that all the provinces had their provincial, looking at the numbers, and I see that we that's a good look at ahead of their nomination. Then I'm looking at Joel. Joel is our one lifter who got to 300 at provincials. And he's been consistent in the gym, following his Instagram posts, and his technique, his control, his depth has been 10 out of 10. I'm pretty sure he's been in Parliament to his squad record.
That's very good.
So there's some beautiful things to expect from all these lifters.
So athletes, your chairperson is keeping an eye on you. Better keep those Instagram accounts clean. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I think most of the guys follow us on Instagram, but would you just share some of their profiles with us and we can tag them and include them as well, which we'd love to. We've got a couple of viewers. If anyone has a question for Amelia, please drop it in the comments or just a comment, something to share. We chatted about the cost, and there's a huge cost around powerlifting. Firstly, the purchasing of your equipment, your belt, your shoes, your SBD singlet, or any of the other official singlets that you wear. I think most of the South African athletes love SBD. We've got incredible support in South Africa from SBD South Africa. Just great service and great guys. What are you struggling with any athletes at the moment that are struggling financially in terms of they've qualified now, they're not able to get there, or they're having difficulty getting to Potch and coming up to compete? The reason I'm saying this is, let's chat about that, because there may well be sponsors listening, and every little bit helps, whether it's, car petrol or bus fare or train fare or airfare, hopefully transport from Johannesburg Airport to Potchefstroom, accommodation. There are all of these costs. They can run up very, very quickly. You can be looking at 10 to 15,000 Rand. But giving someone the opportunity to represent, maybe break some records, and then ultimately represent at international level. And the big thing is we got Masters in Cape Town this year. Next year we've got World Juniors at Sun City, and the year after that we've got World Bench back in Cape Town. So it's about getting these athletes up and getting them an opportunity to compete and make the national team so that they can compete in South Africa, which is a huge thing, because competing overseas, you're looking at about 80 to 100,000 Rand per trip. So let's chat about that. Tell us who've you got? Who can those people watching, those who want to sponsor and step up, assist with?
And no, definitely. I think, the biggest challenge that an athlete has is financial. When I look at the 22 athletes that have qualified, I think we've got about 12 that have committed to nationals so far.
Great. Sure.
And I'm pretty sure if we had a team, if everyone could have afforded it. If everyone qualified, what is traveling all the way to Potchefstroom? I've had lifted actually weeks ago trying to say, do you know if entry is out? Amelia, what am I going to need? Like need to budget from. So they're trying to put every 500 Rand aside for months in advance so they can plan out what they need. Because your entry fee is already 800 Rand. It's nothing more than 4,000 Rand just to drive to Joburg to Potchefstroom. And then what about accommodation? Because you're not getting over in Potchefstroom.
Yeah. You have to stay
And
over.
then
You have to be able to rest. And you have to stay the
Yeah.
day before at least and the day after, because you don't want to be driving back at night tired.
Yeah. So definitely we're trying to shake as much as we can. We're trying to share things that you can just save one expense and put it somewhere else where it's needed. I would name athletes if I could, but I feel like every single athlete needs that help.
So
There is no one position. I can believe.
if we're looking at the cost per athlete, do you have a rough idea? I mean, you got your 800 Rand entry fee, you got your 350, I think, for additional competition divisions. Yeah, you got the Elgo cost and food and transport. Do you have a rough idea, sort of what's needed?
I think it's definitely 5 to 8,000.
Right. So I think you're being conservative. I'd look at around about 10,000 Rand.
I haven't calculated yet. I'm assuming that you're hustling and borrowing something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. So 100, if you're looking at needing equipment and just having that peace of mind, 10,000 Rand per athlete, you got 12 athletes, it's 120,000 Rand. Are there corporates out there? Is there someone watching this, listening to this, that would reach out to a corporate to back the team? I think the opportunity to sponsor a provincial team is huge, and it gives the opportunity to come back with those medals. And then, that's athletes coming to visit your offices, your premises, your dealerships, your restaurants, whatever it is, and share the medals, talk and inspire. And I think there's a huge opportunity for the younger athletes, even the older ones, to go into schools and into sort of the disadvantaged communities where kids are faced with very tough challenges as to what direction they take their life in, and then to become role models. You arrive with a national medal, a gold medal in South Africa, or a bronze medal, or even just the opportunity to having qualified and share that. It's such an incredible opportunity for companies to get involved in making a real difference that they can see and experience at ground level.
No, definitely. For an athlete, especially for an athlete to go through all the training, go to provincials, qualify at provincial, is such an amazing feat. To make sure that they were at the standard for us to rep them and pass them.
Yep.
And now to be able to qualify for the national, it's a life-changing experience for a person to travel all the way to national platform.
Yeah,
In front of your national communities, in a foreign place, and then all of these challenges they've overcome, they've competed at nationals, they come back, phase it in, and they're not the same athletes. And that's what I think people want from sponsor. You're sponsoring growth, exponential growth, mental strength, physical strength. It's the next person that you sponsor one person, but you've actually created this radical change. that person shares wherever they go.
But that's the big thing. They share that with wherever they go. And we know that Natal as a province is incredibly proud. And we look at the Sharks, and the screen, we are black, we are white, we are, can't mention the rest of that on the podcast. But, there's something about dynamite and all of this passion. But there could be this passion for the fraction of a cost of a rugby team, that in sponsoring the team and having that team, because as you said, there's exponential reward on the sponsorship of an athlete, but the sponsorship of a team is amplifying that even more. You can have teams visiting schools, team visiting, whatever the businesses are. So I think really, we're harping on this for a bit. I am, because this is really why we started these conversations, and it's about getting people to understand powerlifting is a clean, healthy, wholesome sport. We're a drug tested sport. The South African Powerlifting Federation is drug tested. As you said, the standard of reffing was very high. Heather was down there, and Heather is I think 2IC in South Africa, and she's, if I'm correct, she will punch me if I get this wrong, but no, just kidding. She's a sweetheart. She's the treasurer for African powerlifting, and she's very well respected within the international powerlifting community and loved. And that precision that she brings to the competition is very similar to international level, at provincial level, and at national level, it's 100% the same. So really,
I think that's exactly what I think that some people don't realize. You see us as committee members. You see Heather behind the mic yelling at someone, having the attempt within a minute, or what they didn't do it. I mean, she was really bad at it because I had stakes and entries and things like this. But that's exactly what you're saying. You know, the caliber of officials that come into provincial level today, hone this at foundation level to get this right. The sky's the limit. Because I know that I literally told them, I have no doubt you're going to be perfect at national. I can see you in that hall. You're going to be just fine.
And it's
because we've changed you to be
100%. And it's a fantastic venue. It's a great town. It's like lifting in 1978. I love the hotel. I love the venue. The people. The food is fantastic. And you got that steakhouse around the corner. I think it's 120 rand for a kilo T-bone, or 200, something insanely cheap. So just to let you guys know that. But if you were to look in a dream scenario, okay, so I'm asking you as chairperson, your dream, what would you love to see happen at nationals for your team and for your athletes? Are there any particular individual athletes you'd like to talk about? You don't have to, because you don't want to put pressure on anyone, but what is your dream?
I think I just want to see everybody in a green blazer, the way of my green blazer. I'm just an athlete that and I wear it around like the proudest thing ever, and I would love that's exactly why KZN powerlifting came back. So that the next person and the next person can be Protea. So they old blazer that they can achieve that status of I'm a South African athlete, and I want that KZN. I want to walk into a venue where people see all the people around me that status and further. I feel like a lot of my lifters are fledglings. They're walking into their first competition. They haven't really done a lot of international competitions. So I want them to grow, and I want them to come back with that pride. And that would be the milestone. I think at the moment, Sora is really national lifter.
Sorry, we claim Zora.
But I think we have
we claim Zora as Gauteng still. Sorry.
No,
no, she's KZN. She's so KZN.
Yeah. So a few of us that have lifted at the international level, and I think that's kind of why we see things from the other level. but I know that the more lifters going in, a corner with a similar help you,
Yep.
to go in, and he's really strong. A lot of really strong lifters that just need that opportunity to go. When we talk about sponsorships, this is where my passion comes in. I was just a lifter. I had no money. I'm a teacher. But I was headstrong on one goal. My one goal was that I want my SA. So I got sponsorship, and I got sponsorship from in business, gym, school, clothing. My school, it was local people that gave me the opportunity to go to New Zealand and compete at Commonwealth. And I was a person exactly the radical growth and said, the next person will achieve this and more. So that's literally what I want, and that's my vision for New Zealand.
It's phenomenal. That's exactly what you said. And your story is the proof that what you say is correct. That you went as an athlete with sponsorship, you got to compete, you got to represent your country, you got to stand there on the podium getting a medal around your neck while everyone's at, those participation medals are the most wonderful things. I've won 2 golds and 1 silver for South Africa. And the thing that is the most special for me is the participation medal, because you, with all of these amazing athletes that you loving and vibing and fun, but standing on the podium with your country's flag around your shoulders and a medal around your neck is very, very, very special. But it's the community and the relationship. And look at what, I no, I don't want to sort of like put too much pressure on you for what I'm saying, but look at what you've done. You went and competed, you got your green blazer, and you came back and took on the responsibility of your province to grow the sport. And that is what the sport is. And that's what sponsors will get when they back athletes, when they back the team. It's the growth and the power. And suddenly then there's an opportunity in a year or in 2 years where the event is huge because there are so many more lifters wanting to compete at provincial level to get to nationals. And then there's sponsorship opportunities at the event. There's banners that can go up, there's tables that can go up, whether you're selling supplements or protein powders or clothing or insurance or medical, whatever it is. There are all of these opportunities to get exposure, and this is what is so valuable. And you, I take my hat off to you. You're proof of it. Like, you go get your blazer and you come back and start as chairperson. I mean, and
Because definitely, I asked myself, how do I give back? Because I couldn't go back to jail and give them back 10,000 or finish. All I had was my humble experience.
Yep.
And exactly, like lifters are going to go to SA. Lifters are going to qualify. They're going to come back. They're going to coach the next athlete. They're going to go to the gym. They're going to say, I'm a South African athlete. I can shoot you.
Yep. Absolutely.
They're going to come back and they're going to say, I'm a written down, I'm a national degree. This is what I do. And they're going to come back together with Kate. Definitely.
It's a very, very, very cool thing and a very special thing. So, Amelia, I want to say thank you for your time. Really, we appreciate it. And for anyone that is listening that knows of someone or a group, an individual, a company that would want to step up, would benefit from being associated with this incredible sport, with this province, they just need to get in touch with you. How do they do that?
I think we try to be very active on social media. We do have an Instagram, TikTok presence. My number is really available. And always say, just reach out to me. I really like that the SAPF has included provincial WhatsApp groups on their website.
So what is the
Google South African powerlifting?
What is the WhatsApp, the Instagram account?
It should be KZN Powerlifting.
KZN Powerlifting. Let's see if I get this right. If I don't spell that wrong, I think I got that right. Look at that. Boom. Let me put that up there. Are you happy with that?
That looks great.
There we go. KZN Powerlifting on Instagram. Go and follow them. Message them if you feel that you want to basically do what you want to do for something for your province, for this amazing sport and these amazing, amazing athletes that bring such courage and determination, not just to the platform, but to their daily lifting and to their lives. Because to be competitive at national level, it's a 24-hour-a-day commitment. and it's a big sacrifice, but it's a sacrifice for things we love. So, you know, there's an opportunity. We hope that this can raise some awareness. We got 2-3 weeks, two nationals, and we got until the 12th. So we got a week basically where guys can get their entries in if they're not able to yet. For the rest of the team, as you said 12 are coming. We got to get the other 10 up there, and we got to get them all support. So, Amelia, thank you for what you do. Thank you for your time. I know it's late and you got a lot on your plate with nationals coming up. And really, you know, like we reached out to the other provinces. It's been a little bit challenging with time wise to get some of them on board, but you jumped straight in. You messaged me all of the details of the athletes that you felt we should talk to or would be comfortable speaking to us, because it's not always easy going on a podcast. And you did that within a few minutes of the message. So thank you so much for what you do.
No, Nicholas, thank you in return. You know, it's amazing to have our athletes get exposure. They're fully excited to share their story. I'm sure, you know, we're more than ecstatic. She should be so proud of what they're doing. So many athletes, Amanda, Neil, everyone. So we appreciate what you do for the sport does not go unnoticed.
It's for me. It's just fun, you know. We got to shoot photos at Gauteng's, and I think I've done 2 comps where we've taken photographs. They were Northwestern Gauteng's. They were fantastic. Looking forward to taking photos for the athletes at SAs, and we might be putting some packages together for them where they can buy some of the photos, and that'll just cover the editing costs. So you can have the raw pics or some of the edited pics. So we'll be looking at that, but we'll definitely be taking photos for everyone to be able to use. And you know,
And that's amazing memories for all.
so it's going to be epic. Yeah, we've been investing heavily in equipment, and because it's the passion and it's the love. So, you know, really, we're grateful for what you do. And Essays is going to rock. It's going to be off the hook. It's going to be phenomenal.
It really is. I'm really looking forward to this one more than anyone before. So I'm excited to see what all the provinces.
But, you know, Hani puts on incredible competitions, and it just gets better and better. Got another comment from Ola here I just wanted to share. So I'm originally from KZN. Glad to know my province is represented by a class act like Amelia. Thank you for all you do. And Ola, I'm going to second that absolutely. A boss class act of note. So there we go. Thank you for that kind message. All right. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Going to let Amelia get some sleep and have an awesome evening. And we're looking.
Deadlifts in the morning.
Yeah, deadlifts. Yeah, phenomenal. We got a couple of interviews tomorrow. So we've got 10 a.m. South Africa time. Neil Goosen from Natal. 11 a.m. We've got Amanda back on, Amanda Kobus, chatting to her. 10 o'clock is 12 o'clock, excuse me, is your guy Dean. And then at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be chatting to Gauteng's Olivia Perotti. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's a busy day. Pre-Commonwealth and Masters. I think we did 50 podcast interviews in 2 weeks. So let's see if we can break that record ahead of SAs.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you, Amelia. Take care. I'm going to end the live stream and then I'll just chat to you quickly off air. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for joining us. Reach out, follow KZN Powerlifting, and if you can, message them. It doesn't have to be sponsoring the small team, the whole team. I know every small amount definitely helps. Thank you, guys. Oes.